Alright, hello Kickstarter. First things first, I just want to get this out there. Recently, I supported 13 different projects. Look at my profile, it's 13 different projects. And the reason I did that is because I don't have a lot of money. I'm here asking for money, but I believe in fellow artists. I believe in fellow producers of awesome things. And so I picked the ones I thought were awesome. I gave them $1. 5 of them I think have gone through. Great for them. I'm really stoked. I don't think that my dollar was the one that put them over the top. But my proposition to you is, give me $1. Pass me on to all your friends. And then if just 2 of them out of all your friends give me $1 as well, that happens 16 times and I can fund my project. And that's what I'm looking to do, obviously, is fund my incredible dreams that I'm hoping to share with you guys. And here they are. This is my dream. My name is Brent Gugesberg. I'm a 41, soon to be 42-year-old artist. Been an artist for several years now, about 20 something. In 1999, I went to school. I went to the Academy of Entertainment and Technology in Santa Monica, California. And I loved going to school. Didn't like living in LA so much. Beautiful place to visit. Didn't like living there. But I think most of the problem was my finances. I didn't have any money to stay in school. It was a struggle all the time. My family couldn't help me out with the schooling. So be it. But while I was there, I got to go to the Getty Museum. And as I went to the Getty Museum, it's amazing. It's my church. I thought it was the most amazing place I've been as far as showing artwork goes. Just the architecture alone, and I'm sure a lot of people that have been there, I'm sure people on Kickstarter here have been there. It's an amazing place. And I thought to myself, as soon as I saw that place, I can get in there. I can get some of my artwork in this place. I will make something that it deserves to be in the Getty Museum. And I called my dad and I said, Dad, I make a promise to you that I'm going to do this, because my dad was always on my side, and I think honestly so. He was a good critique. He said, son, I believe you can do it. And so I tried doing it for several years. I was trying to make artwork to get in there, not just get in there, but make artwork to get famous. So I'm an artist. We got to get famous to make more art. That's the way it works. And so in 2001, my dad died. And obviously I was very crushed. He was my greatest fan and my best friend. Could talk to him about anything, and I was crushed. And after he died, I learned that he gave me a special belief in all of humanity, and I thought that was the most incredible thing. I initially decided to build a monument for my dad, and then I realized, but no one to say, hey, look how great my father was. And then I realized, well, nobody knows who Ken Gugesberg is, and most of humanity, or most people, don't know that name. But then I suddenly realized what my dad taught me is how many people out there have a hero, someone that they look up to, someone that made their life better, that nobody knows about but they want to share the world with. So I decided to build our monument. It's in the link in there. And since 2001, literally, I've been trying. I made a promise to my dad after he died that I would build our monument. It's the first monument dedicated to humanity. It's a democratic monument. You can submit a name and vote for it. And the rest of the world, the rest of humanity votes to go who goes on the monument. 12 names get picked. 12 names are on the monument at one time in the water tubes. I have a video. I actually have an animation that I made. Yeah, because I went to Santa Monica school. Actually, a friend helped me with it. Thanks, Robert. But it's a great little animation, and it shows what I'm trying to do with our monument. And the names will go up there, and once the 12 get voted, and every year thereafter a new name gets picked. It's a good thing. It's a great thing. Please read about it. It's to show everyone in humanity the greatness that is, I think, on average, all of us. Now, I'm not asking money for that, but the reason I bring that up is because, as I said, I made a promise to my father afterwards that I'd build that for him. Now, I'm not a religious person. I have no belief in any fairy tale or any, and that's what I consider them to be. I try to live a good life. I try to respect people's opinions and all of that, but I don't believe in any of that. My dad's not watching over me, which is probably good, because there's some things I'm sure nobody wants their dad to see. when they're naked, and that's all of us, I'm sure. But I think the promise still holds, and the promise is not just to him, it's to me, it's to my son, who I owe a lot to, who's great, and I hope to show him some of the things that my father taught me, and the monument is very important. So that being said, I've got 2 promises, and I've been trying the past 12, 13 years to do that second promise, and it's gone somewhat okay. I get a lot of people interested in it. I made this shirt, the saying is mine: humanity has outlived every religion, it will surpass yours. Believe in yourself, help others do likewise, and you will improve humanity. And that's what my dad gave me. And what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to go back to the first promise, getting into the Getty. This will be a documentary. It will start with this right here, this speech to you, Kickstarter, my fellow Kickstarter people. I'm going to get into the Getty. I have 8 pieces that are completed. 12 of them are going to be, well, the first thing I want to say is this is Beauty in Blue Sunset. Beauty in Blue Sunset. I made the sculpture. Took a lot of money, a lot of time. Beauty in Blue Sunset. Or Beauty in Blue is the name of the sculpture. And I took a picture of a Beauty in Blue Sunset. It's a bronze sculpture surrounded in glass. And my whole thought was in 2002 I was able to, like, let me make a sculpture and I get famous and get in a gallery, and then I can make more stuff. I walked around to a bunch of galleries and said, hey, let me put this in there. They go, oh, it's beautiful, it's wonderful. Do you have 6 more pieces in a portfolio? I'm like, I'm poor, I don't have any of that. A certain amount of naivete, but I was really excited that I did this all on my own. And I have been continually trying to do this on my own. But I can't do it anymore. I just can't. I don't have the funds to complete it. I don't have the funds to do the more stuff that I'm trying to do. So the other website that you see a connection to is Destroy Beauty, destroybeauty.com. And that's where I'm going to destroy that bronze sculpture. I'm going to get rid of it, eradicate it from this earth. But I was inspired by Penn Jillette of Penn and Teller. I listened to his podcast, and he was talking about how destruction can be a great thing. And as an artist, I'm frustrated that I can't make more great things. So I thought, well, you know what, if I make this a project, well, the destruction itself is a piece of artwork. But before I do it, I have a whole year to where I take 11 more pictures. This is the first one, Beauty in Blue Sunset. If you go to destroybeauty.com, you can see that there's 11 other different pictures I want to take with this. I think there's Beauty in Blue Stone, where I will take it into the rock canyons of the Antelope Canyon in Utah, and on the border of Utah and Arizona, where there's some awesome light red rocks, and I'll take a picture of her in there. There's one called Beauty in Blue. There's one going to be called Beauty in Blue Fire and Ice, where I'm going to actually have it in the snow, and I'm going to have fire behind it. And there's 11 different ones. I have some other ideas. There's 3 places that I definitely know I can go to. Like I said, the Lake Powell area, Antelope Canyon, and other ones. And during this adventure, I will have my brother or another cameraman, and part of this money will be to buy the camera and hire the cameraman, follow me around and not just show what pictures I'm going to take, but the adventures in doing it. And it has been. That picture itself was an adventure. I had to pay my friend who's a professional photographer, Manny. Thank you, Manny. I had the idea of it, and I said, hey, I always wanted this would be awesome with the light behind it. So I put it, I set it all up. The whole sculpture is actually only about that big, but it looks way more cooler like this. But I did it like that. Now, I was on Kickstarter about 5-6 months ago, and they put me on here, and I was like stoked. It was called Destroy Beauty. I'd asked for less money, and I had said, this is Destroy Beauty. I want to take 11 more pictures, destroy it afterwards, and the destruction itself will be a piece of artwork. I had one sponsor, thank you, Tessie, my friend, $20, and I had one email from a fellow Kickstarter that was somewhat enraged. She wrote me a scathing email that said, those of us who love art would never agree to destroy it. You should offer people a free thing to your studio, and all this stuff, these recommendations. And I was like, she didn't even say whether she liked the art. She just said those of us who love art. So I don't even know if she ever really liked the artwork. And she didn't say, hey, I've got an idea. Why don't you come over here or do this or get to a gallery? I don't have a studio. I don't have the ability to rent space out or give rewards out for a studio. I'm at my brother's house with his wife. They are so kind to let me stay here. But I'm at the end of my rope, but I'm climbing. But it's always at the end of my rope. That just seems to be what's happening. I'm stuck at the end of my rope, but I'm always going up. The pictures that you see, the rewards, obviously this one, I've sold 2 of them. I've sold 1. I gave the first one to my mother. You're going to charge your mother for the first print. You got to give your mother the first print. Second one I sold, $2,700, right? Good price. It's aluminum, printed on aluminum. But the biggest one, and the reason I'm here now, is because 2-3 weeks ago, some people in Texas, friends of mine on Facebook, but I don't know them. I don't even know how they became my friends on Facebook. But as an artist, and not being able to be in a gallery, I do computer artwork. So I was doing my artwork and I put it up on Facebook. And next thing I know is I have Jamie in Texas said, I want that piece of artwork. And I said, and she said, how much? And I said, what's a good price? I'm loving this printed on aluminum. I just sold one of this, and I go $14.95 minus blah blah blah. I gave her a price, and she said okay, and it's sold, and I was so stoked. This is so awesome. I've sold a piece of artwork. As an artist, you're just so excited. I didn't record any of that for the documentary I'm thinking about making, but there's plenty of stuff to do in the next year. Getting to the Getty. One more thing. It's called Professional Dreamer Getting to the Getty because my business card says a professional dreamer. Yeah. So I know I'm rambling. I'm an artist. I don't connect thoughts quite the way you do, I'm sure, but that's going to be part of the adventure. I've been told I'm funny. I mean, look at my picture, man. It's me in a Speedo and snow and Ugg boots. That's just ridiculously hilarious. So what I'm hoping to get from you is at least $1 and pass it around. Like, I go back to the beginning. $1 and pass it around. If that happens 16 times, if that doubles 16 times, I've got a full budget to make 24 more pieces of artwork. I'm showing you some now as I'm talking. I'm showing some of the artwork as it's going by, but I will be able to complete those. If I possibly get over budgeted, I've got a place that's going to give me, or I'm going to buy, they're not going to give me, I have to buy a direct-to-garment shirt, but I can put that artwork, the Soul Tree on an Endless Sea, this one, bing, I'm going to put that on a shirt, and I'm actually getting they're sending me some right now for a direct-to-garment printer, and I will be able to offer shirts as rewards, depending on if the budget for this goes up. I can do the documentary. I can complete the artwork. I've done 8 pieces so far, the ones you've seen. I can make more sculptures. Now, the final piece that I can get into that I think that I can get actually to stay in the Getty Museum is a version of this bronze sculpture. When you sculpt out of clay, you make a mold. I've done all of that. I did all of that years ago. I even made a couple out of chocolate to try to sell to chocolate people. No one was interested. Ghirardelli is so. But I made several different versions. I have another version that's going to be about 4 to 5 feet high with green onyx stand, fiber optically lit, glass on the underneath it, not around it. It's going to be amazing. Everyone I've shown the picture of, I'm not going to show you guys a picture until later on. Maybe it's a little bit of a, in a couple weeks if I get there, I'll show you what it's going to look like. But it is amazing, and I can make it. I have for some reason, even in my impoverished state, I can still make artwork. I can do it. I love doing it. Part of the money is going to be buying a new Wacom tablet. This one's really old. I had this back in '99. It's broken twice. I've had to fix it. I'm rather inventive like that. But what I'm hoping you guys do is pass it along. Like I said, the only one that funded me last time was a friend, and that was great. It felt good that some friend cared enough to do that. But I need people that I don't know to fund me, and if it's $1, I need 80,000 people. That's the minimum I need to both travel, take those pictures, make the prints. These prints are quite expensive on aluminum, and be able to edit it. I have minor editing software on my computer, but I have friends with better editing software. So that's my proposal. That's what I'm here to do. I think Kickstarter is a great thing. I gave $13, 5 so far, but I hope you help me, and I would really like for this to happen. No, I'd love for this to happen, and if it does, it'll be on the way to building a monument to humanity, which is my ultimate goal, which is what I really want to do. That takes millions of dollars to do. I'm not asking for those millions of dollars. That's going to needs a lot more work. If you look at the website, it's rather rinky-dink. It's nothing where I need it to be, but I've been having it there. I don't know HTML. I don't know any of that stuff. I'm an artist. I do this. So what I'm asking for you is a starting point. A year-long documentary making another piece of artwork. Actually, what? More artwork. That sculpture, the bronze sculpture's done. I need to make all of the stand and everything for it to get into the Getty. And with that start, I'm sure I can get into the Getty, and I'm sure I can build a monument to humanity for my father and for everyone else. It will be a great thing. Just help a professional dreamer getting in the Getty. Thank you. Oh yeah. One last thing. If we get to halfway, part of your reward, I'll make a new video telling you why I have a watch tattoo, and it kind of pertains to what's going on here. Kind of pertains. Mystery. Don't be scared. It's cool.